What's happening, everybody? You're in the building with the Life Gain Avengers of Current Culture, and we've got one of our members that come from the galaxy to help us when we have these super galaxy issues we have to tackle. My folk B. Avery, he's in the building today. Be sure to subscribe to his channel. Larry's down there. He's in the building. Subscribe to his channel. And my folk T Streams is coming up here making everybody's studio look stupid. He's got the Thanos gauntlet behind him. He's also got Stormbreaker behind him, and he's repping the D. And then he's got on a Wandavision t-shirt. My God, man.
You know,
come on, man.
I like it. I love it. I love it.
He's looking right. So you guys know what tonight is all about. It is Marvel night. We're talking WandaVision. But before we get into that, I would be remiss if I didn't say this before we start. Happy Black History Month, everybody. Make sure you go grab somebody and you preach the importance of Black history and tell them why Black history is not just something that's held to a month, but it's something that's in the fabric of this country and should be celebrated on a daily basis. So, fellas, without further ado, I have to give us, oh God, here we go.
Before we jump into Marvel, we do have to what happened to T Streams?
I guess he'll be back.
Well, before we jump into Marvel, we do have to say rest in peace to Dustin Diamond, our favorite nerd from back in the day. Screech passed away today from lung cancer. So, since we do talk about popular culture and movies and TV shows, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't say rest in peace.
Right on. Yeah, rest in peace, man. That's
whatever, y'all. I like that show. I'll give up my respect.
Yeah,
the show was good. I will have to talk about him on Wednesday, but I wish his family well. I'll leave it at that. Before we dive into Marvel, because Marvel put us on a drought for so long, I do want to start us out with a Marvel opening to get us in the mood for everything that we're going to see tonight dealing with WandaVision.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, but to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
And right now you are trespassing here. And I want you to leave.
Nice.
Things off. She kicked the hell out of that woman. Poor Monica Rambeau.
I want to know, where was she during the Capitol? During the Capitol insurgents, insurrection. She should have been up there like, I want y'all out.
For real.
Yeah, for real. She would have handled business. So before we go into the spoilers and the Easter eggs, I want you each to give me your synopsis of the show and try to keep it within a minute. Larry, you first.
Man, I really loved it. I'll tell you, I think one of my favorite parts of this episode was Kat Denning and Randall Park in this one. I really like those two working together. They reveal. I mean, I can only imagine how much more there is in this, because I felt like they revealed so much in this episode that I was starting to think, why are they telling us so much so quick? And then I started thinking, oh, they must have so much left that they're going to tell us that this is nothing. That's all I could think of, is that they're just going to bombard us with so much more, that telling us all of this is even nothing. Because I feel like they revealed a lot in this episode.
Okay. B. Avery, what you think? And I think we called it right here on this show. We said that old girl Kat Denning was going to return from Thor to be right up here in this. So B. Avery, how you feeling?
Man, I absolutely love this episode. If I were to give it a rating, I would give it a 10 out of a 10. It answers so many questions, not only for the first 3 episodes of the series, but also just the whole MCU with that opening scene. That opening scene was amazing. It really put things in perspective, like this being like the first major event after Endgame. That was dope. And like you said, I really do love Darcy, Kat Dennings' character, because I couldn't stand her in Thor 2. But I loved her in this right here. She was smart. Her jokes were actually funny.
Yeah.
And I just like how they summed up everything, with a nice little bow, with this episode. And I'm excited for more.
My thoughts was that pretty much everything that we found and we knew as Easter eggs behind the scenes as Marvel nerds that kept us excited for the first 3 episodes all came to fruition in this episode, because a lot of people didn't like the first 2 or 3, but because we kind of knew the backstory, it was interesting to us to just kind of see how it unfolded. And it really, really unfolded pretty well, almost to what we have been saying this whole time every week on our Marvel Mondays. And so we'll go ahead and get into the first Easter egg. Now, B. Avery, because I know you are a little bit more on my level nerdy, not per se on Larry's level nerdy. And we got the brother T Streams back in the building. You good, T Streams?
Yeah, man,
Hey, you know what? You want me to tell you what happened to your Want me to tell you what happened, T Streams?
What happened?
The blip, because your studio looks so good, and we don't need you up here making us look bad. You got the glove behind you. You got not Mjolnir, but you got Stormbreaker behind you. So I caused the blip. I snapped my finger, and you went away. And apparently, you used that glove, and you came back.
Well, I guess that's a lot better than turning into dust, man. How's everybody doing, man?
Pretty good, my brother.
Man.
Pretty good, man.
And shout out to everybody that is in the comment section. I appreciate you and love you all. It's tough on this channel when I venture out into Marvel, because my subscriber base really don't watch that. Not all of them, but you hardcore fans who don't even care about Marvel still tune in, and we're gaining some Marvel traction here. So T-Streams, we're doing that game we do every Monday. Figure out what the Easter eggs are. So I'm giving it to Larry first. Larry, what are we talking about in this picture?
Oh, that's from the second snap. That's when they brought everybody back.
Yes. B. Avery, would you disagree?
Oh, I agree 100%. 100%.
T-Streams, would you disagree?
Man, that might be the only one I found. Yeah.
Well, if you said that was the return of the blip, you was absolutely right. This is Monica Rambeau returning to the room next to her mom who had cancer, and she's looking at her hands like, what in the hell happened? And she doesn't even realize yet it's been 5 years she's been gone. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the next one. And I'm gonna have to verbalize this one for you.
But can I ask you a question, Lamont?
Yeah, go for it.
Since I know you and B. Avery are more nerdy than I am on this, where did they go?
I don't know.
They just left existence. They just didn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
They weren't in any particular plane or anything?
Nope.
Not to our knowledge, but
no, we don't know.
I'm going with they just ceased to exist anymore.
Now, Doctor Strange wasn't like sending them Uber Eats orders or anything?
No.
Hell no.
All right.
No.
I mean, for all we know, Marvel might even add that, because think of everything they put into this episode. Marvel might even figure out a way to tell you where they was going. But to keep continuity going, here we go. This is an Easter egg that I'm sure nobody caught. And I'll just ask this question to the whole panel. Do y'all remember what room she was in, her mom was in?
The room number?
Yep, the room number.
I want to say 916.
Nope. This is room 104. And that is an Easter egg to episode 104, Earth's Mightiest Avengers, when Scarlet Witch was taken over by Trask. And you guys know Trask is the one who did the Mutants and the Sentinels project. And in this episode, the Avengers had to save Scarlet Witch from him because she was creating an alternate reality that was taking over the planet, similar to what we're seeing here and similar to what happened in the House of M story. So one thing they want you guys to know, they want you to know that Wanda's powers in this show and going forward in the MCU are to a 10. They've got her souped up. Like right now, she's probably the strongest person in the MCU right now without having to have a glove and some Infinity Stones. They got her OP for real.
So if that's sort of if that's an Easter egg and an homage to this one, I wonder if they're then going to have her, this Westview expand out beyond there. If it's going to expand out beyond just that little town and start to go broader.
Well, man, you see, sometimes, man, you just got to hold yourself, Larry. Damn it, man. I mean, women complain about men prematurely doing something before it starts. So why don't you just let the show get going before we shoot up all of our ammunition, so to speak, if that makes any sense. Yeah, but we're going to get around to that in a minute. Okay, here's the next one. I'm going to have to ask you guys this because you can't really tell what's going on here. I don't want you guys to be caught on the snag. So this is Monica having a conversation with the guy who's currently the head of SWORD. And they was discussing. Now, if I tell you guys this hint, you're going to figure it out quick. This is a nod to our folk E-Man's reviews and something he put up yesterday. But they're having a discussion about what SWORD does. And he said they used to be space-based, but now because of the threat going on, they're more Earth-based. And B. Avery, I'm going to give it to you. What are we alluding to in their conversation?
Let's see. Well, you took the worst part out of my mouth, because that's what I was going to say, that he was just kind of putting her on game on who is in charge now, that she's grounded, certain protocols, that they are more into like weapons instead of like creation or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck.
And Larry, you take a swing at the bat.
Man, I mean, I'm assuming they're talking about going after, trying to figure out what's going on with Wanda.
Well, yeah, that's in part. And T-Strings, you take a swing at the bat since you got on that nice Wandavision shirt and they ain't tell nobody you was gonna come super prepared.
And I'm trying to think back to the exact conversation, because I like literally just got finished watching it again, just so I can try to be in tune with some of this stuff, man. But as far as the Easter egg, man, it's like is running right over my head.
Okay.
But I do remember, man. I can almost remember the conversation, but what it's alluding to, I just can't grasp.
I mean, they probably just don't have the manpower. I mean, the dude did say that they lost half their people in the snap, and then they lost the other half, lost their nerve, and so they just don't have enough manpower.
Okay, so now you're clicking with Joe. E-Man, and if you guys haven't gone to check out my man E-Man, the E stands for excellence. Check his reviews out. His link is in the video description. So when they was having this conversation, just like Larry said, so I'm gonna have to give Larry credit. He mentioned that they lost a lot of astronauts in space during the blip. That snap and the way they wanted to introduce this group right here, the Fantastic Four, we think that is an Easter egg to him highlighting that the Fantastic Four were in space during the time the snap happened. And we don't know where they're at now, but we are going to safely assume the way the MCU can introduce them into the MCU is by having them working with SWORD and have them been snapped away 5 years ago and being snapped back, but now they're somewhere in space. And the going theory that E-Man proposed is that when they came back, and you guys remember that they had to, do you guys remember when Carol Danvers got her powers from the cube, the Tesseract? She was touched by the power of the Tesseract, which gave her the Captain Marvel power. So we can safely assume possibly that Marvel might spin this story where we get the Fantastic Four having worked for SWORD, got stuck in space, some kind of cosmic power hit them when they returned back after the blip, and now they're connected to SWORD. because SWORD is not just working in space; they're also working on Earth. Fellas,
Right on.
So I have a question then about when they return, right?
Yeah.
So we saw that Monica Rambeau returned right back to the place where she was at, sitting in the hospital room. But what if you're in space and you're like in the space station and they blip, it disappears? That space station is rotating. Mm-hmm. So I mean, are you returning back to the device or the room, wherever it is you were at, or to the actual location? Because if you return to the location and the space station is not in the same space, does that mean that you are now returning just to space?
Absolutely.
Or if you're in a car on the freeway, do you just return to the freeway?
I actually have a easy solution for that, because a lot of people have that question. Like, if they were brought back and they were when they were erased, they was in the plane.
Right.
So, when they come back, they're just going to fall to their death. They can fix that with one line of dialogue. The next time the Hulk is on a movie or a TV show, all he has to say was, well, I wished everybody back safely. So as long as he says safely, then, that would mean that if you were in a plane or on a space station or, in the street, you would come back in that vicinity, but in a safe space, in a safe place. I think that's an easy fix that they can just throw out there, in a quick line of dialogue.
Yeah, well, B. Avery stole it from me, but I was going to say everybody went back to where they was at in a safe manner. That's what they're quoting from what the Hulk said at his snap.
Okay.
Yeah, and then too, you saw, like, for instance, with what was Black Widow's partner name? The guy that had the daughter,
Hawkeye.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, remember when his daughter, his daughter and his wife came back? They came back in a position as if as if things was just continually going forward. It do require some kind of answers, because they came back in one way, but then when Spider-Man came back, he sort of alluded to the fact that, hey, this happened, I disappeared, and then Doctor Strange was like blah 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 blah, as if something else was coherent on the other side. So so I don't know, man. I guess it could go. I guess it could go both ways.
Well, so my other question is then: does Ant-Man, and this may be getting into the weeds, is Ant-Man, when he goes subatomic, does he age? Because everybody, when they came back from like that 5 years, it was like they had never been gone.
I don't think so. I mean, he much slower. Yeah. I mean, when he went to the not the multiverse, but the quantum verse?
Yeah, the quantum.
Yeah, like I think like 5 hours or like an hour was like 5 years in the real time or something like that. So I think it's just much slower. I could be wrong.
No, that's absolutely that is absolutely correct. You got to think things that are smaller, time doesn't work the same way they are for things that are big. Atom does not. Time is totally different for an atom, and that's almost real life. So that's pretty much it. That's the home run. You hit a good one on that one, B. Avery. Now, this one right here is kind of self-explanatory, but I just want to see if you guys caught it.
Yo, Photon, yeah.
I'll give it to you first. What were they thinking when they put this picture of Monica Rambeau's mother up?
I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm assuming because she's dead. I mean, I guess it was memorializing her. But
okay, E-Strings, you next. Okay, B. Avery.
Not sure.
Okay, B. Avery, what you got?
You know what's interesting though is they have her in her Air Force uniform when she's a member of SWORD.
Right. I'm gonna go with the Photon in the middle. That name, that moniker there. That's like her either superhero name or the superhero name of her daughter, or something like that. I think it was like passed around a few times. I don't know exactly, but I'm going with the Photon.
You very close, but no cigar. The only significance that this is just talking about Maria Rambeau, Monica's mom. After, because you remember this, the inclination of SWORD took place after the events of Captain Marvel's movie. Because you remember that movie was in 85 or 86, whenever it was. And so after Nick Fury had her fly that plane up in space, and she did such a good job, they started this thing called Sword, and Monica was the first leader of Sword. She had Nick Fury's job for Sword, and that's all they wanted you guys to know. So they memorialized her as the first leader of this group called Sword. And that's simple. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Now, this next one, this one's going to be hard. Nobody's going to get it. B. Avery might get it, but I don't think my other fellas are going to get it. What is this an Easter egg to? And I'll go T-Streams first.
All right, man. I hate to be the poster child for I don't know it nothing, but
it's all good, man. We're here to help each other. It don't matter whether you know. It's just fun. We're here to help each other. So I'm gonna pass the baton to Larry.
Man, I mean, I don't know. It looks like some sort of jet engine of some sort. So
okay, you real warm. You get warm. Say you warm.
I'm gonna say it has something to do with maybe with Rhodey.
Okay. You know? I mean, Larry, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, but you do know what you're talking about. B. Avery.
I'm gonna say, yeah, that's some type of transportation engine or something, technology, weapon, propulsor. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
What this is, I don't know if you guys can remember, but let's think back to Infinity War. You see that propulsion device on the table next to Rhodey?
Yeah.
That's the same propulsion device that we just seen on this screen right here. And it's just that it happens to get to them after the fact. And the reason why this made it was because the Russo brothers, during the time of Infinity War, when they were trying to promote the movie, they tweeted this same engine, this same propulsion engine. They tweeted it, and the internet damn near broke from Marvel fanboys just having little geekgasms all over the place because they didn't know what.
You know what I think it is?
What's that?
Is it the proton cannon?
Boy,
proton cannon.
I mean, you can't do nothing with smart African Americans. What can you do with them other than pay them? You can't do nothing with it. That's the Easter egg. This is just an Easter egg back to this proton energy engine that was in Infinity War. Simple as that.
Right on. Let me get that real quick. So also, I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Sega Dreamcast.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the power moves of Iron Man and War Machine. If you hit the special buttons, especially to pull out a big ass, as big as my arms, put on the shoulder, proton cannon. blow the hell out of everybody. Just doom. Think of like 10 bazookas, like all wrapped together in one, just firing repeatedly.
Oh, I remember it, brother. I remember like it was yesterday. Shouts out to everybody in this crowd, man. I love you guys. I didn't know this many people was going to show up actually for Marvel content, but I'm happy you all came here so that we can break this thing down as best as possible for you guys to enjoy it the same way we enjoy it. So
what do we have right now?
Oh, we was at 71. Now we're back down to 65. But hell,
well, let's go ahead and get 65 likes, get 65 thumbs up.
I like that.
Don't wait. We ain't continuing until we get to at least 30. I don't know. Just do it. Go ahead and hit him with the super chat too. He got to feed baby L. He got to buy them diapers, them Pampers, all that stuff that I don't know about yet.
Yeah, man. And she wants to become the first African-American woman on Mars. And I said, girl, I'm gonna help you get there with that fierce haircut you came out the womb with.
And guys, out there, you can help too by giving this man a thumbs up. Send L to the Mars with a thumbs up in YouTube.
Yes,
video.
L, I've seen it. L looks all nice and sweet when he's in those photos, but I see otherwise L's out there rolling up on him, talking about break yourself, fool.
Yeah, she sure do.
That baby bottle.
She sure do. I mean, this chick, I was trying to eat my post-workout apple today, and I'm holding her. And, okay, bring her on over here. My wife, she done said so.
Yeah.
Bring her over
baby. You got a thumbs up for the baby now.
Come on over here.
It's free, guys. It's free.
Lord,
it don't cost you no money to do a thumbs up.
There we go, smiling.
Oh, there you go. Thumbs up for the baby.
Oh, say hey to the uncles, L.
Hey.
Tell them how you snatched that apple out my hand today.
Baby
L. Hey, baby.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, okay. Now get on out of here, girl.
Thumbs up for the baby now.
Like, nah, I'm cool right here.
Get on out of here now. Peace. Anyway, keeping this thing going, fellas, here's the next one. I'm going to tell you what happened in this one.
I think we should do a regular baby break like that.
You know what? I might have turned that into a commercial, but I'm scared that she's going to get here and be like, I'm not leaving, Daddy. And I'm just telling you, when she snaps her little baby fingers, I'm the blip. That's all I got to say. So in this caption, we've got the captain talking to Monica Rambeau, and fellas, he kept calling her captain. What is that highlighting? And I'm gonna give it to you first, T Streams.
Yeah, the only captain I'm aware of is Captain America. I did notice he kept calling her that.
Okay. Larry, what is the captain referring to? He kept calling her captain. What is he talking about? I know, and Buzz, don't you say nothing, Buzz. I know Buzz know, because Buzz been saying this since we first started. So don't say nothing yet, Buzz.
Is there like
the next Captain Marvel?
Yeah, is there like a black successor to Captain Marvel or something?
See T Streams? You see where there's a wheel, there's a T Streams. Both of y'all are right. Now, B. Avery, finish this story off.
Yeah, I think that just leaning towards her becoming the next Captain Marvel or getting the powers.
Absolutely.
Of Captain Marvel. Just go ahead and leading that up for you right there, setting it up real nice. And I can't wait. So what happened was, before there was ever a Captain Marvel Carol Danvers, there was Captain Marvel Monica Rambeau. There she is, looking all 70s, glammed up. She was Captain Marvel, and she wanted to test her powers. And so the whole thing we're trying to figure out, we're waiting for now is, are they going to tease her getting her powers in this series, or do we have to wait to Captain Marvel 2? Fellas, what do you think? Do you think they'll tease her getting her powers in this series, or are we going to be waiting till Captain Marvel 2? I think we're gonna wait till Captain Marvel 2. I don't think it's it's possible that we'll get them towards the end of the series, but the way things are going with the pacing, I think it's best to kind of wait it out. And if I think that way, they will too. So I'm leaning more towards Captain Marvel 2. Okay,
Larry, what you think?
I say we cut her arm off and call her Lucky, so we can have the Lucky and Bucky show.
Oh man, golly, here we go. Golly. T Strings, what you think? Are we going to get Captain Marvel here and starting now, or are we going to be waiting to the movie?
Yeah, I think they're gonna wait to the. I think that's too big of a gesture to try to put into the series here. I think it would be wise for them to wait for the film.
You know what? You know what though, T Streams? I think what they might do is maybe like at the last episode or something, maybe in her interactions, in like one of her last interactions with Wanda during the series, maybe she exhibits some type of power. And maybe that'll be the introduction to it.
Okay. I can get with that. And maybe I'll summarize this for you guys when we get to the end of all the Easter eggs, because there's a lot of things that they're showing that we can summarize and make good theories off of. So we'll go to the next one. But they're teasing something with this. Did you notice how they kept right on making sure we knew about Westview? So Larry, I'm gonna go to you first. What are they teasing? What's the Easter egg that they're talking about from them repeatedly showing Westview over and over and over again?
Oh man, that's a good question. Isn't Westview where the housewives live from that show with Eva Longoria? No, I know that's not it. But
this guy, man, man, is we on a debate show or a comedy strip? Man, this guy and his joke.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I know they kept showing it, and then they didn't know it. Then they had the one dudes that were like, "We don't know what Westview is. We're from Eastview." And, but I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, I know that obviously that what's her name, Wanda, made sure that people just didn't recognize that it was even there, even though it was right there.
Right.
But,
right. Okay.
I'm not sure.
You want to take a crack at it?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it actually is a real place.
Hey, boy, like I said, man, T-Stream, you got to give yourself more credit. There is a real place called Westview. That's part of it. B. Avery.
I thought we already established that when they were going in and they were pulling up. They had the board where they were showing the residents there that were playing the various characters. I thought we established that it was a real place.
B. Avery, finish it off.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a real place. Just the people on the outside, don't know it existed anymore. They was calling it Eastview, but it's a real place that Wanda took over, and she just finna mess stuff up, if not already.
So, fellas, the Easter egg that they're saying online is that Westview, and the reason they wanted to have the West term in your head is because it's a lead up to another Marvel series they're going to do that is going to be the West Coast Avengers. That's the lead up for it. So we're going to have, right now we're on the East Coast, so they're thinking about doing a West Coast Avengers because you got threats all over the place now. And there's going to be an agent of SWORD on the West Coast. So that's what they're saying that Easter egg is all about, where they kept showing Westview. And the second part of what you guys talking about was this right here. Everybody, all the cops and everybody kept saying Eastview. So Larry, I'm going to ask you again. What is the Easter egg we're supposed to deduce from the cop keeps saying Eastview? I think you already done answered the question.
Yeah, I mean the people inside are I mean they're all real. They're from Westview, I mean my question is wondering if there really is an Eastview. Like Eastview might not exist. I mean maybe it does, but I don't know. Okay.
T-Streams, what do you think? Why was this cop kept saying Eastview when clearly the sign is saying Westview? And the badge on his arm clearly says Westview.
No, but on his the sleeve on there it says Eastview.
Yeah, his sleeve does say that. I'm thinking maybe he's like actually a part of the grand scheme. Maybe he's a deflector of some sort.
Okay.
Somebody that was intentionally put there, to deter people the other way. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think when he actually pulled off, where the hell did he go?
Boy, I can't do nothing with y'all guys. But if there was ever a crime, I hire all three of y'all. Because y'all get this. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta pull this down. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to have a real special guest. I will no longer be able to use cuss words because this channel is about to be graced by the presence of our folk, the E-Man. And the E stands for excellence.
What's going
on, brothers?
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Today is a good day.
It's a great day.
Today is a great day.
And by the way, that your review and your theory, I've used part of it in this video. Just excellent. I told people the E in your name stands for excellence because that was a damn good theory. And please subscribe to that man's channel. Everybody's link is in the video description. So E-Man, you just jumping in. I'm gonna go ahead and let you take this guess. Why did this cop keep saying Eastview when clearly the sign next to him says Westview?
Yeah. Well, hey, look, I am strongly under the impression that Wanda is in control. This is all of her doing. That doesn't mean that there isn't somebody else maybe pushing this, but a lot of this, like I'd say 80-90% is coming from her. And one of the key reasons that you can draw on is looking at Age of Ultron. She can do this. She did it in Age of Ultron with that, remember that little Russian family, the Sokovian family? And she went all the way to them and coaxed their minds to get them to get up and get out. So she has the ability and demonstrated it, that she can manipulate people's minds. And if she has to give you selective amnesia, if she has to make you forget something, that's within her power set. And you have to also think about it like this. What Monica said was, Monica Rambeau, what she said, I think, was the right, working theory, which is if you have a connection to Westview, your mind got affected so that way you don't remember it. Because why would anyone care about a town that they don't remember or that they think doesn't exist? She don't want anybody to disrupt her reality at this point. So that's why I think these cops had this, again, selective amnesia, and that explains why Wanda and Wu did not, because they have no connection to the town, So I think that to me explains it the most, just to make the most sense of what was going on.
Well, I might as well just cancel the damn show because it ain't gonna be no more fun when people come up here and have the answer.
I'm sorry, I'm out.
And have the answer 100% like he's got a clip note, man. Come on, man. I mean, that is the complete answer. You said more than what I was going to say. That is 100% the answer. B. Avery, you got anything to add to that wonderful soliloquy, courtesy of E-Man?
What he said. That's exactly right, and it's just going to show just how powerful Wanda is, and we ain't even scratched the surface yet, man. She is gonna mess up everything. This whole story is just gonna end in a tragedy. It is not gonna be nice. It's gonna be a horrible mess, and this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning.
Yeah, man. Good toss, E-Man. That's a good one. But I think I might got you on the next one. All right, here we go, fellas. There's an Easter egg for this. Can anybody tell me? And E-Man, you going last. I'm sorry. You and B. Avery going last. T-Streams, what is this Easter egg of this GMC license tag with a sword symbol? What is the Easter egg? What is the connection?
Who you asking? Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can take a good educated guess. Nope.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Larry, my brother from another.
Let's see. ZB71. 718 is a New York area code.
Okay.
Let's see. ZB. Yeah, I don't know.
B. Avery.
I'm gonna say it has something to do with the scrolls. I'm just spitballing here.
Okay. And my folk E-Man, the excellence in YouTube execution.
Man, I wish I was good at these. I read somewhere that it had something to do with like I think it was like a Funko Pop doll or something for Wanda.
Man, you fired. You fired, E-Man.
I'm sorry,
you fired. So yes, 718 refers to the Vision 718 Funko Pop right there. You just can't see it because my logo is in the way. But that's the 718 Vision Funko Pop that you can buy right now from Marvel website right now. And see, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you get these super smart Negroes on one channel.
Oh snap! What you got? Who is that?
This one here is Black Widow.
That's dope.
Really?
I like it.
Nice.
I know we're not pulling stuff out the studio again now. I know we're not doing that because I can reach right back here and.
Okay. I know. Nice. Nice. Y'all gonna make me start collecting them.
B. Avery.
I ain't got no room.
B. Avery, you pulled out a comic book, and I had to pull out my comic. I keep that stuff right here just in case y'all try to do something.
Man, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Oh, see.
I got a few of them. You know.
See, here we go.
Boy.
Here we go.
Boy.
Bruh, look at that.
Oh, we about to have a nerd battle. Let's go.
Probably the most powerful entity known as the Phoenix. Let's go. What else you got?
I'll let you make it. I'll let you make it this time.
Now look, we both gonna have to chill out because T Stream's got the Thanos glove behind him. He's got Stormbreaker behind him. We ain't beating him.
I have no comic books. I got some Dungeons and Dragons books over here. I ain't got no comic books.
Okay, here we go to the next one, fellas. And Larry, I'm gonna give you this one first. This is actually the guy that was with Sword that broke through Wanda's reality, and what you're seeing is the rope that was tied to him. What is the Easter egg that they're highlighting in this scene, Larry?
Jeez. I can't really tell much from that picture.
Okay. T-Stream.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I remember it ended up, the rope ended up being one of them old school jump ropes.
Okay. You 100% right. But what are they saying by it turning into a jump rope?
Dang. Because the jump rope actually went back, whereas the B suit went forward. Let me think. I'm not exactly sure what it's saying. It's saying something.
Okay.
Just not sure.
Well, it's kind of like what Kat Denning said when she said that every time something goes in there, it's becoming like set appropriate for the scene that it's in. Because like when they went in there, the guy had like a high-tech biohazard suit on, and then once he went past the energy field, it turned into that B suit, which I guess would be the closest thing to a time appropriate attire for what he was wearing.
Well, I mean that's definitely part of it. B. Avery, finish it off.
Yeah, I'm just kind of just like that whatever goes over that force field that Wanda has over Westview or Eastview, goes into complete control of whatever she has going on in her mind.
That's true. That is true. Now, but there's just one more part of it, and E-Man, finish it off because I know you know.
Man, look, I had a whole different thing. I don't know what it means outside of anything that goes in there has to adapt to Wanda's reality. Like it has to fit. But the thing that stood out to me the most, and this was probably the most shocking, but it was nice confirmation, was the fact that it stayed that way outside the reality.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. All right.
See,
do you want the rest? Do you want the rest of the implication?
Go ahead and tell everybody.
Okay. All right. No, I mean, we can leave it there. This your show.
Now he's just flexing.
This your show.
You're fired.
This your show. I don't want to step on no toes.
No, man, stop it, man.
I was gonna make it a video, but I don't know if it needs all that. But I think that right there, something, because I'll give everybody here the fuller explanation. Because Wanda's powers reflect aspects of the Infinity Stones. That right there is a reflection of the Reality Stone, right? Just remember when Thanos, when he used the Reality Stone, he changed reality around his immediate vicinity, and whatever was around him, got converted. But when he would leave the area, everything would revert right back. What we're seeing here with Wanda is things ain't changing back, and that has huge implications. And probably the most notable one that I can think of is Marvel just confirmed how Wiccan and Speed can come to existence. They're born in this reality. All they got to do is walk out, and they real. So,
yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, even though we talked about this like week 2 before E-Man got here, that is absolutely 100% the right answer. Again, we said in week 2 that this was a reverse House of M storyline, where in House of M, she killed mutants. She's creating mutants. And in her reality, this is just confirmation that she can create things that come out of the reality and stay the way they exist, which is nothing but a setup for them kids. The kids is the foundation to the setup, and they're actually on this list as we keep going. So we'll be able to talk about them a little bit more.
So what I want to know is, if I go into this reality, and let's say it's the 1960s, right?
Right.
And I buy some stock and then leave, do I still own it?
No. What happens is your stock turns into Bitcoin. It converts.
I don't know. I might want those stock splits on some of them, depending on what you get.
Man, look, and as long as I can cash out, I'll take the conversion to Bitcoin. As long as I can cash out.
Too.
Yeah. If you can go in there and get Bitcoin when it was 5 cents a coin.
Yeah.
Daggone right. I'll get me like 1 million coins and cash on out. Okay. Here we go, fellas. Moving on to the next one. All right. Now, we discussed this in the second week. B. Avery's been coming up here. We've just been having this round table to break this stuff down when people was just jumping out the window, slitting their wrists, talking about they hate the show.
You know what I'm saying? Tripping.
So B. Avery, I'm going to give it to you first. What are we talking about with this scene right here when Wanda mind flipped to Vision?
So yeah, there's a ton of speculation on what's going on here. Some people think that she is reanimating his dead corpse. Mm-hmm. Some people think that she's just kind of tripping and hallucinating. And some people think that this is just some random construct. I definitely do not think that she is reanimating the dead corpse. I think that because in a moment of stress, she just had a brief moment of, her hallucinating, seeing things, and she just happened to envision. She happened to envision Vision this way. I just think it's that simple, that she's tripping right now, and her powers are going in and out, maybe. But yeah, nothing more than that, in my opinion.
Pretty much, you was 100%, but I'm gonna ask everybody else for their opinions. So T-Strings, what do you think is going on?
I think that she had got a quick glimpse of the other reality, and it just brought back to memory the situation and the condition that he truly is in. Now, what stood out to me afterwards is that, he was telling her, like, look, we can get up and we can leave, we can go. And she said, this is our home. I have everything under control. Man, you know what? I may be wrong, but I really, really think that they are setting this up to actually bring dude back. That's is hints along the way. Maybe they feel they made a mistake by letting him go. I don't know, but I think that's where I think they're going with this.
Okay, my folk Larry, how you feeling about this?
I think this is a throw to when he was disassembled. And now they're showing him because he's colorless.
Yeah, he's dead. You still see Thanos' little big fingers in his forehead. So, E-Man, finish this thing off, because I know you know exactly where I'm going.
Well, hey, I'm with the brother, man. I mean, I do think that I have my double vision theory, that's posted, and I do believe that this specific vision is a creation of Wanda, no different than how the twins are creations. I think this specific moment was definitely a hallucination. And it was just a glitch in the Matrix. We've seen these glitches happen multiple times whenever her reality gets threatened. Anytime somebody gets close, anytime her concentration is thrown off. And in this case, it was thrown off because of what happened with Monica. So, and you notice she had to collect herself real quick, get her mind right, and then boom, out of nowhere, you didn't even see a glitch. Vision just came right back. So I think that is the case. And just for another fun little tidbit, in an interview, Paul Bettany, who plays Vision, he was saying that apparently, like, they had shot some extra footage of what was it? I think it was Wanda in Wakanda, and she was looking at like the body of Vision, like in a body bag or whatever, like right after the events of Endgame. And so that was kind of giving people that implication that maybe she took the actual body, right? My thing is this, though. As fun as that sounds, Marvel has always done extra things, put them in bonus scenes and delete them. And I think people need to realize, why did they delete them? Because if you look at something like Sword, for example, Sword has actually been around since a deleted scene from 2011 in Thor 2. So they always had Sword,
right.
but they deleted it because they wanted a better place or a better time to tell that story. So while I understand that it could be a pretty fan favorite idea to have Wanda steal the body and reanimate it and all that, and don't get me wrong, it's still possible. But my thing is like, well, if that was the case, why didn't they include it? Why did they deleted it for a reason, and odds are they found a different idea. So that's why I'm leaning towards the idea that this is more of a hallucination than his actual dead corpse.
Maybe we should get all these deleted scenes together and then recruit Zack Snyder to make a Snyder cut of all the.
Can we not? Can we not? We went over this, Larry. Come on, man.
boy, Larry hard on you, boy. That's a hard brother right there. That Larry, boy. If I'm gonna go to a Black Panther event, I'm definitely taking Larry with me. That's for sure.
Don't do that.
Family Dad, I appreciate you, man. And on this channel, we bring you a wide variety of content, stocks, Marvel, TV show reviews, pop culture, politics. You get it all on this channel. And tonight I'm blessing you with an array of super intelligent brothers on Black History Month, making Black history as you look at it talk, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to All Day channels, please. Everything E-Man said is 100% correct. And the rooming theory is that Wanda did take the corpse. But I don't believe what we just saw was her taking the corpse. As much as I agree with E-Man, she lost touch with her made-up reality. That moment when she got mad and she punted Monica Rambeau through the whole reality and augmented her own reality, she lost control of her power, which is why she turned around and she saw Vision looking like this, and then instantly he went right back to that.
So here's the question, right? If you can leave, if Wanda can create something in her reality and then that thing can leave, if she creates Vision and he leaves, so you have, as you were saying, the double Vision, theory. Does Vision have all of his powers or only the powers that she's aware of?
Well, think of it like this: we ain't never seen Vision have that Quicksilver speed.
Right.
Nope.
That I think is the one distinguishing fact. Not to say that Vision is super powerful. Like, dude is ridiculous.
He OP.
Yeah, he really was though. But maybe he has that kind of speed. I'm just saying we've never seen it. No. And it just seems kind of coincidental that this version of him has the same speed as Quicksilver. So, maybe.
And we talked about that on, I think, week 1. Week 2, whenever we saw Vision do that quick move like he was the Flash almost, we talked about that's how the baby is gonna, inherit that speed, because her brother was fast, and we didn't see her getting that power from her because that's not what she does. And when they showed Vision moving like the Flash, that was a highlight or an Easter egg, we said, to the babies getting out of the reality for sure.
Well, he can move through matter, so maybe time is just matter.
Well, those are all just aspects of the Space Stone too, right? Like just being able to move fast or, move through space in different ways and capacities. So even Vision, his powers are kind of like reflection to the Infinity Stones too.
Absolutely. Let me shout out everybody that's super chatting. Family Dad, Buzz, I appreciate you guys. And be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel. We've got brothers up
here.
What
up, Buzz?
YouTube numbers up. E-Man trying to get to 100. My folk B. Avery trying to get to like 70,000. My folk Larry. Yep, Muchilla. Larry trying to get to some like 50, 60,000. and my
He
folks
would have to
history.
stop himself from getting to 100 at this point.
I told you I'm trying to be like y'all, man. I'm trying to catch up to y'all.
And again, y'all, we got 86 people in the live. Can we get 86 likes? That would be so great. It's just free.
like
All you got to do is hit the like button. It
We
helps
here for
out.
y'all.
You know, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
If y'all lucky, Brandon might dance for y'all too.
No.
If y'all-
Yeah, Harlem Shake. And
No
if you
more of
guys
that.
don't want a super chat, head over to the Life Gain store. Get you a nice warm hoodie because a lot of folks out there. It's snowing, it's cold, it's wintry. Get that nice Life Gains hoodie to keep yourself nice and toasty.
I like it.
And I heard that Life Gain hoodies actually helps you be a better stock picker. I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know, but all of a sudden Larry done dropped them penny stocks. Now he making option money. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, here's the next one, fellas. This is when they found everybody's ID except for one person.
2.
Oh man. Well, I missed something, ladies and gentlemen. He said 2. Well, okay, 2. So I'm going to give it to Larry first. Whose ID is missing and why?
Monica Rambeau, because she got kicked up out of there.
No, Monica Rambeau ain't on the board.
They know who she is.
Yeah,
right. Let's see. It's probably. I think it's the one woman, the blonde chick that was the head of that community group by the pool.
Okay.
I can't remember her name, but she was the one who cut her hand and started to bleed in color.
Right.
Dottie. Okay, yeah. T Streams. Who else?
I'm not sure, man. I'm still trying to figure out how to perceive this one lady, man, because I'm not sure if she's a villain disguised or she just I get a different vibe off her character.
Okay.
And we haven't seen her husband yet either, right?
Yeah, Ralph.
Yeah, we haven't seen her husband.
So T Streams, you got another one right. Agatha the Harkness is missing her ID, but we've got some more to add to that story. So B. Avery, expand on this Agatha the Harkness and her ID being missing.
Yeah, I think that's just because she may just be some random anomaly that Wanda doesn't have full control over. She may be this witch that people are talking about that's in the comics too. She may be pulling the strings or pushing Wanda in any way, direction, controlling her somehow. I don't entirely know, but I know that she is. There's more to meets the eye than meets the eye with her character. There's going to be some reveal eventually, whether she's a friend or a foe. I don't know, but she's not innocent. That's for darn sure.
Hey, they made a whole hip hop song. I'm not innocent. So. E-Man, I'm going to let you finish this off, and I'm going to show all 3 of the pictures tied to this one thing. So you got that one, and you got this one that came from your channel in particular. So tie the whole thing together for everybody.
Man, that's a lot to tie. Which one? Okay, so, first and foremost, they haven't gotten to Dottie yet. And the interesting thing about that is the actress that was playing Dottie, she was saying that Kevin Feige had to give the green light just for her to actually get her role. What? Now, that is not usual, probably, right? Because what you bothering the president of Marvel for, unless there's some level of significance there. So that is somebody to just keep an eye on,
Right.
I know everybody want to say somebody is Mephisto. I don't know. Like at this point, the mailman could be Mephisto. We really don't know, honestly. But something is up with Dottie that we don't know yet. But yes, the most glaring thing right now is the fact that Agnes, aka who I believe is Agatha Harkness, which they can't find her ID, and mainly that's because she's old. And I'm talking about like Salem witch trial old.
Right.
So she's so old. And yes, this reference right here, in the comics, Agatha was brought in to be the nanny of Franklin Richards for the Fantastic Four, and then later on they discover that she was like a for real witch, and so you see her here giving a rabbit to Wanda, and I think this is just kind of a call to the comics. Like Agatha was like a gray character. I don't want to say she was a straight up villain. She was somewhere in the gray because she was actually a mentor to Wanda and kind of helped her learn how to use her chaos magic. So I think if we were to, because Marvel doesn't always do straight up adaptations, I think what you see in here is that Agnes is here to kind of play around with what's going on. I don't think she's caused it. I don't think she's the big grand villain, but I do think she has other motivations here. And that's kind of what she's doing. She's kind of like, yo, I know this is on fire, but I bought some marshmallows. You know what I'm saying? Like I bought some marshmallows, got a little lighter here. We're going to barbecue just a little bit. Don't put out that fire yet. Okay. We got to cook. So that's what I think Agatha/Agnes is all about.
100% true. She has a little bit of the same type of powers you see Doctor Strange wielding. And in this reality, she's kind of able to insulate herself somewhat from what Wanda is able to do.
A little bit. Because we saw Vision woke her up.
Right. That's why I said a little bit. I mean, I'm serious, a little bit. And the thing that
makes me wonder, who does Herb work for then? Because is he just a regular dude? Because we saw him actively trying to tear down the walls, And if he was just a regular townsperson who's unaware, why would he understand and know what's going on? Because he was about to spill the beans, and then Agnes was like, "No, stop! Don't say anything."
I think everybody knows that, though. I think like everybody kind of knows, because if you look at the the doctor. When he was like, yeah, small town, hard to escape. Right. Like it was almost like this call for help, or Mrs. Hart. When Mr. Hart was choking, when she was like, stop, she was like, it was like some real Get Out stuff, right? Like she was crying, but laughing. Right. And I think she was really telling Wanda, please stop.
Stop it. Yeah.
But don't nobody want to break character, because if you break character, you about to catch some frequent flyer miles like Monica did. So you got to be careful.
Now, E-Man, I don't want to give away your whole video because I want people to go watch that. I want to see that video hit 1 million views. And I'm talking fast. But he drew a great parallel and another parallel to how Agnes the Harkness is connected to the Fantastic Four, and you're seeing the very beginnings of that in this WandaVision series. And I think that his theory is 100% on. And so we're signal boosting it, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see it, you got to subscribe to his channel and check it out.
Super chat.
Oh, my bad. Hold up. I'm up. Oh, Kato, Bieber. God, Lord have mercy. Cat Harlem. Oh, my goodness. Look,
Break it up.
Look, I got to show you a video. Whenever somebody super chat me, we give you something funny. And if I ask Larry what would he like to see, I know what he's going to want to say. And we're not talking about that Marvel character today.
Why are we not representing the true? This is Black History Month. We should be talking about the true and righteous ruler of Wakanda, a black man born in America from African parents who traveled back to his homeland to claim his rightful his birthright, the crown, the throne of Wakanda.
Cat Harlem, this is for you.
Yeah, go ahead and burn all that.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit. Burn it all!
See?
That right there is toxic masculinity.
What are you talking about?
Toxic. He hates black women. He hates black women. We ain't gonna. This is why we can't support him.
Black women.
No, By choking him?
What?
Killing him?
Did Larry just say he loves black
It's equal
women?
opportunity. See, that's the thing. If he was like, I'm not going to choke you because you're a lady, he would be disrespectful. He's basically saying, I will choke any. I'm an equal opportunity choker.
What?
Equal opportunity choker.
You know?
What? I can't
He
even
was
make.
like, I will. He was like, I look at everybody as a worthy adversary. I will choke you if you're a man. I'll choke you if you're the woman. He might have choked a child if he thought he was a worthy adversary. He is an equal opportunity choker. That's all I'm saying.
This guy got me and half the people watching more confused than Wandavision the first 2 episodes.
What? How are you confused? We are talking about the great liberator.
Oh my Lord.
He was all there. He was there for all of us to try and help get rid of the oppressor so that we could all be liberated.
White genocide. That's what he was about.
He wasn't about white genocide. He was about liberating the oppressed from all the oppressors. Whoever they
by
may
killing
be.
all white people.
Some of the white people weren't oppressors and they were okay. They'd be safe.
Well, what about Thanos, Larry? You keep saying he's an environmentalist when he was going to kill off. He
was just trying to protect the universal environment throughout all of the universe. He just wanted to make sure there was enough to sustain life. That's all he was about. He wasn't really trying to hurt people. He was just trying to make it sure that all the different peoples and all the different beings across the universe could sustain life throughout time. And so, yeah, I mean, he was just trying to do what we all talk about when we recycle our cans and our bottles, in our glass. We're just trying to protect the environment.
Hey, I want to protect life, so let me kill you.
Right.
So you can enjoy life.
Kill you. He just made you not exist anymore. He didn't really kill you. He just made you not exist.
Isn't that the same definition?
Yeah.
Well, no, because if you kill someone, you're taking their life away from them. Then in this instance, you didn't take your life away. He just made it so your life never existed. He just, boom, you were gone.
What? Man, God. One day they're going to write a book, and it's going to be on TV, and Larry is going to be the producer of this book. And I'm anxious to see if it makes any money. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to leave it
on TV, so it's already made money because I'll have to sell the rights to it.
There you go. All right, fellas. What was going on in this discussion right here when they was talking about what they could see on the TV screen was happening through the decades? What are they Easter egging in this scene? T-Streams, you first.
I know this was when they was watching the show. I think she was having a little emotional bit about it. I think this may have been when she was actually given the birth. I'm not sure, but that's about as far as I can reach with that.
Okay, Larry, they're talking about watching things through the decades on the TV screen. What are they talking about?
I think they're talking about how the show is changing over time, how it started off in the 50s and then went to the 60s and then in full color in the 70s, you know. Plus, I think there's a budding romance between the two of them. I think they look good together.
I actually do agree with that romance. I 100% agree with that, but I'm going to pivot back to the other point, and I'm going to pass it to B. Avery. What do you think is going on in this scene when they're talking about watching things through the decade? What is the Easter egg we're supposed to figure out?
Baked Lay's potato chips.
God.
Yeah. No. No. I forgot my real answer. No, really, I love this scene because he is the lens for us. Jimmy Woo has all the questions that we, the audience, have. Like, okay, why is it a sitcom? Why is Monica Rambeau? She doesn't seem like she's harmed. It seems like she's going along with the flow. Or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Okay. But yeah. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. E-Man, finish this one off. I think you probably already know the answer.
Man, look, I don't know nothing. I think that's kind of it. Like, they're being viewers kind of like how we are. And just kind of giving that little bit of extra commentary that I don't know, second level commentary. I mean, I have my own ideas as to why the decades are skipping, but I can't tie that specifically to Darcy and Wu, not just yet. So I'll leave that alone.
Well, I'll tell you, when they get to the 80s, I would love it if they moved it out of Westview and put them on a ship and had it all on the Love Boat.
Oh my God! Now I can get with that. I can get with that, but what they're talking about is basically Marvel letting you guys know, and we talked about this a couple of minutes ago. By going through the decades, and you're seeing this show go through the decades, it's just a setup for Wiccan and Speed and the Young Avengers.
There we go.
And
I thought I was going too far with it, but that's it.
No, I'm right there with you. Okay. And eventually these kids are going to be teenagers when they pull them out of this reality because they're going through the decades. And then we're going to get a Young Avengers TV show that's probably going to be on the West Coast. Westview, West Coast.
Yep.
Simple as that. Simple as that. And now we're down to the last Easter egg before we talk about the photos that dropped of Thor. So in this picture, it's showing you the radius of where Wanda's reality is caught. And they're saying the thing to get through there is 5 miles. All right. What is this an Easter egg to, T-Streams? And I give it to you first.
5 miles. I don't know. That's the
it's the perimeter
area of the little city, right?
Yeah, that's the perimeter.
I don't know, man.
Larry.
I was thinking it almost looks like a sword, sort of in the end, like the outlines on the inside.
Yeah,
like tracing part of it, sort of, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay, B. Avery coming to you.
Oh yeah, I think it's the shape, the hexagon shape. You've seen that throughout the entire MCU, like over and over and over again. You've seen it in Wakanda. You've seen it in space. You've possibly seen it in Thor. I even saw in another video, someone was talking about how that shape is like the most efficient or strongest natural shape like ever or something like that. So yeah, I think it's just the shape and how powerful or strong that shape can be. And that's just kind of how Wanda wanted to build her little playland here.
Okay. And last but definitely not least, the E-Man. What are they Easter egging by showing the perimeter, and what is the perimeter doing?
I think this is a callback to the comics, and if anything, this is, it's a hexagon. And in the comics, Wanda, even though she deals with chaos magic, part of her power set is to use hexes, like a witch, hex, so on and so forth. And I think all this is really just more of an indication that she is doing this. Like, this is a after effect of her powers, and that's why you're seeing this hex around this town, or hexagon.
So half right, and another half, I guess, is a theory that I think is just going to happen. So yes, it is talking about the hexagon powers of Wanda, but it is also talking about, you see how these arrows are jotting out the expansion of her reality, which would go back to the House of M storyline, in which her powers expanded to take over the whole entire world. And that's how we got rid of mutants. But what we think is going to happen in this show, her powers are going to take over the whole entire world. They're going to create mutants, and Doctor Strange is going to have to come in to handle Wanda, who I think it's safe to say, as of right now, Marvel has let us know that Wanda is the villain of this show as of this point. They might pivot her somewhere else, but as of right now, Wanda is definitely the Vision. And fellas, that is the recap. Any discussion?
Y'all all have different ideas of what villains are, because I don't think Wanda's the villain.
No, she is a villain. You
I
can't
think
take an entire town hostage.
That's true.
I think she's being manipulated by somebody that's making her do these things with her powers. I think she is a victim. I think someone's making her do this.
And
based on what? What are we basing that on, though?
A theory crafting is what we're basing it on.
No, I'm asking, though. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking, what is the support for that? Because I have not seen anything that would show me otherwise that she's not in control, because every time something happens seems to directly go back to her.
Well, true as that may be, she
Right.
still could be under someone else's influence, is what we're saying. Because Agatha, the Harkness, is in there, and she has a little bit of limited control in that reality. And who's not to say that someone is controlling her to help manipulate Scarlet Witch?
I don't see her fighting back.
No, she ain't.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're under control, and let's just say it's against your will, you usually fight back. You know, kind of like what we're seeing with Vision. You know how Vision kind of has these little moments, you know, but that lets us know that Vision is under control to a certain degree, because he's always threatening to disrupt what's going on. The fact that Wanda is trying to fight to maintain everything, that to me is kind of like, yeah, she's in control. I mean, people might be trying to take advantage of her, but she's still doing it. It's still emanating from her. So I don't know. Maybe they'll reveal something else later down the road, but you know, because I want to say in the comics, you know, they kind of, I think it was Agatha that kind of pushed her to have kids, or it was something like that. Like, she was still manipulated to do things, but at the same time, it was still like her choice. So
before you got here, we went through one of the Easter eggs, Room 104, which was the Easter egg to the Avengers 104, in which Trask had infiltrated Wanda's mind and had control of her and had her doing things to destroy mutants. And guess who had to come in and save Wanda from Trask? The Avengers. It could certainly be something like that.
Sure.
Certainly.
Have they ever disclosed where she physically is?
She's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
She's there. I mean, I think Westview is real. I don't think it's fake. Especially when we saw the expressway sign. You know,
right.
Like, it's a real place. It's just that everyone around there acts like it don't exist.
Right. They're saying they're in Eastview. Right. So one last thing with Marvel before we let you good people get out of here. They dropped some set photos, and I'm interested to hear what the brothers think about these set photos. So here we have no more Fat Thor. He's looking like one of the fabulous Freebirds from the 80s, standing next to Jason Quill. And Larry, I'm gonna give it to you. What are you seeing in this first set photo of Thor jacked up and Peter Quill in an astounding new outfit? Obviously, we're getting Guardians of the Galaxy in this movie. So what do you think?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Is it a Guardians movie or is it another Thor movie?
It's a Thor movie. It's Thor: Love and Thunder. You see him holding Stormbreaker.
Right. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, it looks like on the side, it looks like there's a cable over there, and like maybe a solid backdrop. So maybe they're about to do some wire work or something for a fight scene. But yeah, dude looks like he's back in shape.
Yeah. No more Fat
Thor. A little skinny, because I feel like he bulked up for a minute. He's looking a little skinny there.
Well, he got pudgy.
Yeah,
he's dealt with his pudginess for a while, because he used to be fat when he was on Parks and Rec.
Right.
He was. Then he got it down. So, T Street, what do you think you're seeing here on this set photo? You got Thor dressed from the 80s, holding the same hammer you got behind your back right now, and then you got Peter Quill.
Yeah, I think maybe they're getting ready to perform some action sequence or something. Because you can clearly see the rope, unless Peter Quill didn't hung himself and Thor is walking off.
B. Avery, what you see?
I'm looking at all this facial hair on Quill's face, which is interesting. I don't think we've ever seen that before. He may try to take Stormbreaker as well. I don't think that'll work. But
it's a king's weapon.
I want a Beta Ray Bill to pop up in this movie too. I think that would be pretty dope. But yeah, I just their facial hair is kind of weird to me, and it does look like he's hanging himself.
Yeah, they do. Got that look like. So, E-Man, what do you think is going on in this scene right here?
Oh, I mean, look, from what we understand, at least it was confirmed that the Guardians was going to be in this movie, which I kind of assumed because that was the last place we saw Thor, go off with and hang out. So my guess is that, they probably going to deal with him for a little bit. He going to have his transformation. The second he get a little too ripped, Star-Lord is going to be like, all right, we got to drop this dude off. And then we can start getting the real Thor story where him and Jane, where Jane becomes Thor and they can really like get back to business. But yeah, they already said that Fat Thor was done. So
thank God.
I'm pretty sure that they're going to use this as like a hilarious joke. Like he can gain weight, but he can lose it like super fast. And that's just how perfect Thor is.
Yeah.
Why does he look like he's wearing a Michael Jackson Thriller jacket with the sleeves ripped off?
He's probably stolen Star-Lord's clothes.
Right. Now, I'm with you guys on all those theories. So I'm thinking like E-Man Larry that maybe Star-Lord introduced Thor to some of that 80s music he was listening to, and they started working out. But the issue here is Thor is an Asgardian. In the same time it would take me and Peter Quill to get in shape 3-6 months, Thor gets in weight, goes to sleep, and tells his body, electrify me with all your lightning, rain down on me, and then I'm cut up the next day.
Bro, he's gonna do like his mama said. He gonna eat one salad and he good.
Yep, and you got him standing here looking like Shawn Damn Michaels from WWE, all yoked up, about to go beat up Vince McMahon. So,
and this works out perfectly for him because he's also supposed to play Hulk Hogan in a biopic. So he had to get jacked up for this.
What is that in the foreground there? It looks like a John Deere or something.
People was talking about that. Is that going to be like some space car or something like that? That was definitely something people was talking about.
It's perfect for the green screen, so
yeah,
they're going to spice it up some way.
And so then we also have a Nebula sighting.
She got some ass.
Unless this is her stunt double.
This got to be the stunt double.
Okay, because
that profile ain't flattering.
No, not at all. I think this is definitely the stunt double. But having said that, ladies,
I don't think they had iPhones in the in space there.
No, those are relics.
Oh yeah. I mean, do they even use anything, or do they just think and the thoughts just pop into people's ears? How do they do it in space?
Yeah, that's definitely a stunt double. I'm looking at her little gut.
Oh my goodness, boy. Okay,
no, I'm not being funny, but I'm just saying the other chick is like super fit.
Yeah, she is fit now. She's fit. So I guess this is just more confirmation that definitely the Guardians are in it, at least in the very beginning, for sure. Mm-hmm. Maybe they dropping Thor off somewhere, then they bounce something to that effect. And then
I wouldn't even be mad if they was in the whole movie, because Thor is gonna be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So yeah, it don't matter to me, all the crossovers.
I'm right with you. The more the merrier, if you ask me, especially the way Marvel's been able to pull this off. And the last set one we got, James Gunn has a brother named Sean, and the rumor is he's going to be Crackle. I have heard that about him being Crackle. You can see he's got the thing on his head like your boy used to have and whistle, and the arrow would pop all over the place. Fellas, talk about that. B. Avery, how do you feel about James Gunn, brother Sean, actually being in the movie?
I mean, I'm cool with it. He was actually one of the CG characters. I forgot exactly which one in the first two, but yeah. No, he's already in the movie. Yeah, he's already in the movie.
Yep.
James Gunn brother, right? Yeah, I mean, so if he coming back, I'm cool with it. I like him. No complaints over here.
T-Strings, how you feeling?
Hey, I'm indifferent towards it, no problem whatsoever.
Big Larry.
I mean, nepotism. I'm all right with it. I mean, if I was in that position, all y'all would be in there. My brother would be in there. Everybody would be in there. I knew.
That's right. I want to get me a Marvel check. E-Man, how you feeling?
Oh yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I wasn't checking for him the first time, second time. I mean, if he's in there, that's cool. If anything, it'll be fun little comic relief. So, but yeah, I'm with Larry. Nepotism, and hey, I do the same thing too.
Okay, so now this is the real question I got, then I'll let you guys get out of here. So a lot of y'all on this panel didn't care for Brie Larson. Y'all know she's one of my sweetie pies. I feel for Brie Larson. How is it that y'all can hate Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, but y'all don't hate this thing right here, Natalie Ruin Thor Portman? How y'all like her, but don't like Brie Larson? That's all I want to know.
I don't like her.
Because everybody loves Padma.
Okay.
Gotta admit it.
Okay. E-Man, any thoughts, concerns, or are you going to stay abstain?
I mean, look, I don't hate Brie Larson. I don't like what they've done with Captain Marvel's character in the movie. I think they have played up her character no different than having the same Superman effect, the Superman problem, where basically she was OP and she literally has no weaknesses. Like, the only way you can do anything to Captain Marvel is you need literally the Power Stone. You need the Infinity Stone to put a scratch on her, if that. And that to me is ridiculous. And but when it comes to Jane, especially if they're drawing from the comics, because spoiler alert, in the comics she had cancer. And having that power of Thor or whatever, it kind of like extended her life just a little bit, but it was also eating away at her, So what I thought was interesting about that is you introduced a flaw. You introduced something that basically made her more human in a sense, And I think in that sense, there's going to be less pushback, because the main reason people don't like certain characters, especially female characters that are OP, is that whole Mary Sue effect, right? But you get rid of that Mary Sue effect if you introduce some sort of tangible flaw or challenge for them to really overcome. So I think for her, especially in the comics, because her issues when she became Thor did very well. So I'm thinking it's not going to be the same as Captain Marvel, and she'll probably do a little bit better.
Okay.
I can look at the comic books like that. When I look at like that image from the comics, and then I look at her, like you see the dudes. The dudes are yoked up. They look like friggin' they walk around looking like comic book characters. They're ripped. And then you see the women, and the women just look sort of small and soft and not. I mean, I want to see. I would have loved to see what's her name that's in the Mandalorian in that role. What's her name? Gina Carano. Yeah.
That's not normal, right?
Huh?
That's not normal. Like, Gina is that's like a freak of nature in a good way, of course.
No, but that's my point. These are superheroes. These are people that are not supposed to be normal. They're supposed to be freaks of nature.
Right.
I mean that is the point.
You got to look like She-Hulk, though.
Yeah, but she doesn't look like She-Hulk. She's just a very muscular woman.
That's not She-Hulk?
No, She-Hulk is a whole nother thing. I mean, Thor is a muscular man. Hulk is a beast.
Well, Thor is playing Hulk Hogan, which means he's supposed to look like the Hulk. I mean,
he got to get them pythons, man. Them 24.
He better start. Brother. He's gonna have to start his cycle right now. If he don't start,
even lifted,
he better start that cycle right now. If he wanted to get him 24 inches, he's gonna have to start it right now.
Moochie's coming for me. Moochie said either too fat for Larry or too skinny. You know what? I will say this, Moochie. It's not just the women though. It's everybody. I feel like everybody has to be in a certain way. It's why you often see men who get roles and they're skinny or they're pudgy, and they spend like a whole year training so they can look like that character. And I think the women need to do the same thing. I think you can't just make them pretty and throw them in a role. I think they should also fit that. They should also fit the fit. Like, look at her. Look at the arms on her.
I disagree.
You think Natalie Portman? Natalie Portman has arms that are. Look at her. Nothing. They're nothing.
I mean, on the court, she do got to beef up a little bit though. Like, for it to be,
there's a difference between like getting toned. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to like just lift a little bit, that's fine. But I don't think people got to go grabbing the performing enhancing drugs, the PEDs. They ain't got to be jacked up or nothing. Because the other thing here is you have to also realize from what we've learned in the comic books, because comic books in the past, they were made for little young boys that were like, in puberty and adolescence. And, that's what they were made for. That's who they were made to attract. But later on, as things got more diverse, more, sensitive, they started looking like real people. Now, above average people. You know, you ain't just having, you know, dudes with dad bods and stuff. But, you know, at the same time, it's kind of like they should still look like people we could aspire to. So everybody can't look like Gina.
Are we supposed to aspire to normalcy?
Man.
Are we supposed to aspire to mediocrity?
No.
I mean, we're supposed to aspire to something that is far beyond us. So if we get it, then fantastic. But if we don't reach it, we've still exceeded far beyond what we ever expected.
But think about it like this, though. How many women that can act in Hollywood can look like that also?
Oh, you just have to transform their bodies just the way the men do. The men transform their bodies. They find someone who can act.
But that's not even the last thing.
Transform their body to look like the character, either gaining weight or losing weight. And you do the same thing with the women. You just bulk them up.
Bulking is harder than losing weight first, but I think
that's why they cast these people and put them on a regimen like a good year in advance to them starting filming.
But that right there is one of the reasons why I think they're also trying to move away from it, because think of it like this: Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, one of probably like the epitome of this entire discussion, right? Like Mr. Physique when it comes to a comic book character. He was like, bro, I'm tired. Like I'm hitting my 50s. I ain't got time to be eating no bland chicken and broccoli, because that's all they eat is oats, bland chicken and broccoli, and water, and doing two workouts a day for the week. It's tiring. And
I know about that.
I know, right? But I'm just saying, I think that formula is too hard, not only on the actors, but what it's going to do is it's going to shorten the window of how long we can actually have these people in these roles. Because again, how long are you going to be able to do this? What if you get
you grab somebody at 25, you have them until say 45, you have 20 years with them.
Can they act? I mean, there's too many. I'm just saying, it's a lot of factors.
You can't train if you're a studio and you can't train an actor how to act the way you want them to between the age of 25 and 45, then you have a problem as a studio exec. You need to hire the best acting coach for this person, the best trainer, the best nutritionist, the best dietitians, and everyone else, so that you have your people looking and acting the way you want them to act for their roles.
That ain't how I think, you know.
And on top of that, let's not forget these people are getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to do this. Someone paid me $5 million a film. I'm gonna eat brown rice and boneless, skinless chicken.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Hold on, let me call you a liar right now. Because you know what? If you were that talented, somebody say, "Yo, Larry, we want you to eat bland, nasty food for $5 million." But then, because you're such a talented actor, hey, we got $10 million for another role where you just have to be yourself. Which one you gonna take?
Then go take the other role.
You gonna take? Then you go take the other one where you ain't got to do as much work, and you still get paid the same amount.
Right, but there's people who are looking at this and they may say, okay, I can go take this one other role that's $10 million, and maybe it's a great role, but it's a single role where I can take this role and it's a franchise. And this is going to keep me employed over the next 10, 15 years. And so my one $5 million movie may turn into the next movie that's 7 or 9 or 12, and it continues to roll on.
Take the money.
Well,
yeah, there's some people who will.
We're going to table this conversation right now, because I can tell y'all this. I have no acting talent whatsoever. But you know what? I get yoked in like 2 more months. So, Marvel, if you want to do everything Larry is calling for.
Hey, I'm with you. Like, if Marvel call and say, like, yo, E-Man lose his gut, bro, sign me up.
And I'm not saying these chicks have to be yoked up like someone in the comments said something. Larry wants to see him looking like China from WWE. I'm not saying you have to be big like that. I'm not saying you have to be. I'm not saying you have to look like you're a straight up bodybuilder, but put some muscle on them.
I feel you, Larry. I feel you, man.
My biceps aren't the same size as my wrist.
I agree. Everybody should get toned up at least.
They need to bulk up a little bit and tone up.
Lamar, put the picture back up of her holding the hammer with CD giving.
She wasn't holding anything. Somebody was holding up for her.
On the cool though, that's not gonna work though. That's not.
First of all,
not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
And flabby.
It's not gonna work.
Skinny and soft.
She don't have to look like the comic picture. She don't got to be that swole. But I would like her to be a little bit bigger than. She don't got to be that swole. But I would like her to be a little bit bigger than this, just a little bit.
So what
She
you just
hold
wanted to be?
Arm up, we actually see a little flex.
She gonna do some push-ups and be all right.
Yeah,
Y'all be all right.
I think she's gonna she'll probably look better than that because that picture right there. Oh my God. Don't
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to body shame anybody. She look how she wants to look in her everyday life. I'm just saying that when it comes to playing a particular role, I think people should have a particular look. And if you don't want to have that look, don't play the role.
And see, I guess this picture supports Larry's argument because she can't even hold the hammer without help. Damn it. Well, fellas, that is it. Y'all know I have a little overlord who snaps their finger and I just seem to pop up everywhere. That's going to do it, fellas. Be sure to subscribe to all these brothers' channels. As you can see, you get spirited debate, you get intelligent theories, you get intelligent reviews, you get a great mix of everything you could want on this channel. Everybody link is in the video description, as well as the featured section on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe, get that life game. We will be back on Wednesday. Till that Sex is Hell video, we'll see you.